Okay, welcome back. So in this video, I want to get into the whole changing your negative self-talk strategy thing a little bit deeper. Now, I've talked about awareness in some of my previous videos relating to self-worth and healing, but I'm going to, cover awareness here again because it's really, really important to this series of videos. So the first process of changing your negative self-talk so that you can actually begin what I call self-talk sense is to become aware of what you're actually saying. Now, most of our inner self-talk, our inner talk, it's habitual and we don't even notice it. We have it down to such a fine art that once we begin putting it under a microscope, it's often quite shocking. We're quite shocked at just how much negative self-talk we've subjected ourselves to. So to make this leap, to get your awareness really sharp and honed in on this, again, I suggest that you keep a notebook handy and jot down every time you hear or become aware of a negative comment in your mind. And once you start to do this, you'll begin to more quickly respond when you hear the thoughts, okay? And one of the things I always talk about doing is a reality check and to just ask yourself when you start hearing this stuff, is this really true? Is this really true? Often, because these thoughts occur so much on autopilot, we don't even stop to consider whether they are even true. So ask yourself, is it true? And who says so? And when you've got a nice long list of all your negative phrases, I want you then to go back over them and ask yourself some questions about them. So the first question after asking yourself, is this true? Where did I get this from? Why do I think or feel this? Now, these questions are very much interchangeable and, you can start with this question and then go, why do I feel this? Or why do I think this? Where does it come from? Is it true? You can really mix it around with these questions. But the important thing is that you ask yourself why whenever you identify a new negative thought. So, why do I think or feel this? Is it because all of your life you've been told such things by a parent or parents or by a caregiver of some sort? Or because you've been listening to a narcissist in your life for too long? So then, once you get thinking about that, you then ask yourself, well, what's the evidence for or against this? So you ask yourself, are these facts or are they just my interpretation, or are they just blanket statements that you've accepted that have come out of, the narcissist's mouth, and you've absorbed them so much they've actually become your truth, or you've come to believe them as being your truth? So really think about, when you start analyzing your self-talk, really think about these questions and get yourself some answers, because the truth is always underneath all these layers of thoughts and feelings that you have. The truth is always underneath it. So when you examine the facts, if there even are any, and this is obviously definitely very, very important when you're dealing with a narcissist because of all the gaslighting that goes on. So it's important that you really start examining the thoughts you're having and really asking yourself, is there any truth in this? Where are the facts? Obviously, when you've been dealing with a narcissist for a long time, they will try to convince you, we know this, that day is night and black is white. So you need to get a really good handle on what's reality and what's true for you and what's not true. And we can bring in grounding elements to this for you to keep yourself grounded in reality. Write down things that happen, for example, if you are still with a narcissist and you suspect or know that you're being gaslighted, It's really important to just write things down. Say, okay, this is what happened. This is what was said. This is the truth. And I'm not buying into any false reality that I know the narcissist is going to come back at me with. Another question to ask yourself, and this is a little bit trickier, this one, because if you're still with a narcissist, then absolutely everything at the moment is so focused on where you're at. But if you're away from them and you're still thinking the same things over and over and over again, just ask yourself, will this matter in 5 days from now, or 5 weeks from now, or months or years from now? Because what happens with the negative loop is that we just let it keep going and going and going and going. So one of the best ways to move out of that is to project yourself mentally into the future and look back at your situation, look back at the now as if you have moved on. So try this with some past issues that, maybe you thought were a big deal at the time. You thought you'd never get over it or you'd never get past it, but you did. And whatever those issues were, fizzled out, or a solution was found. And just look back and see who you were then and who you are now, where you were then, where you are now. Excuse me. And then ask yourself, okay, if it's possible that I moved on from something in the past that was really difficult or painful or whatever, and I'm here now, it's possible that I can move on even further. It's important to let yourself know there's always a better road ahead for you, okay? And you can ask yourself, well, would I prefer to feel differently in 5 days' time, 5 years' time, 5 weeks' time, however often? And when I work with clients, it's often a matter of, how about we'll get you feeling better in 5 minutes' time? Because you absolutely can change the way you think and process and remember and feel about things, okay? But projecting yourself forward and thinking about how it would feel to not have the problem or to not have the feelings is a very simple way to just get yourself out of the negative zone, okay? So do practice that, try it, let me know if if it works for you. You can always comment below my videos, come back and let me know how that works for you. Now, obviously, when it comes to narcissistic abuse, I know that this can be very, very hard. So, you might have been ensnared in this awful situation for so long that you kind of struggle to get out of bed in the mornings. In many cases I've known, people have just been so depressed and destroyed that they've barely been able to get out of bed. So I hope that's not where you are, but if you are in that situation and you're watching this from the relative comfort of your bed, then just say to yourself, you know what, this can end. I can get over this. I can get out of this, because you absolutely can. What you do is project yourself into an imagined future where your life is stress-free and not free. It doesn't matter if at the moment that seems like an impossible dream for you. Just use your imagination. What would that feel like for you? What would that look like? Who would be in that future with you? Would you be alone? Would you be sitting on a beach somewhere, with the ocean lapping at your feet? Would you be walking in a forest somewhere, listening to the sounds of birds singing? Would you be getting on a plane to go to some exotic location that you've always wanted to visit? Would you, want to find a new job? Would you move house? Would you move country? Just let your imagination run riot on what your big dreams are for your future. And they don't have to be big, grandiose dreams. It could just be you in the future, sitting comfortably in a place where there is no narcissism in your life, there is no negative people. You're just peaceful and happy and just being yourself. So project yourself into that imagined future and spend some time there, okay? Now, I sometimes am guilty of saying things that sound super, super easy to me because I do it all the time and I teach all my clients how to do it. But I've had people come back and say to me, well, how would I do that? So I'm actually going to help you out with this, because I want you to be able to just do this right now and give yourself some breathing space to get out of the negative loop. So if you're really struggling now, just try and go on this little journey with me, with yourself. So what you do is you just sit yourself down somewhere quiet where you won't be disturbed. This is essential. And you take a few deep breaths. Sorry about that. You take a few deep breaths, okay? Now, I always recommend breathing in through your nose, filling up your balloon belly, I call it. Fill up your diaphragm and then fill up your stomach so that it's like a balloon. You can hold it for a few seconds, and then you very slowly breathe out through your mouth. Now, if you do this 2 or 3 times, what you're doing is you're sending a signal to your brain that, hey, something different's going to happen here. This isn't just my normal breathing. I'm not just plodding along breathing, keeping going the way I do normally. Something's going to happen. So you're giving your brain this message. It's pattern interrupt, okay? Now, once you've taken a few of those deep breaths, you can keep concentrating on that if you like, but I want you then to bring in another element, and that is that you bring a calming phrase into your mind as you're doing this. And that this can be something, in fact, I recommend you keep it really simple and safe. You don't need to go into any complicated mantras or anything like that. You just say something like, I am calm, or I am safe. And just over and over and over, you repeat that. And you just allow yourself to relax as you're doing it. You just keep taking the breath, saying, I am calm, I am safe, I am calm, I am safe. When you say this to yourself, your brain has no choice but to listen and think about being calm and being safe. It's responding to the signal that you are sending it. And that thought of calmness, of safeness, is sending that type of a signal to your brain so you can relax. So allow yourself to relax. Now, after doing this for a few minutes, imagine then that you could float up out of your body and into your future. Now you're sitting here or standing or however you're doing this. I imagine you'll be sitting and you're relaxing. You're thinking, I'm calm, I'm safe. And that's also setting you up to feel safe as you go on this journey. So again, you float out of your body. Just imagine you seeing your auric body or your astral body coming out and just floating off into your future. And in that future, imagine it is stress-free. It's narc-free. Now see yourself doing something that you really enjoy, or being with people who love you, who genuinely love you, and with whom you feel safe. And feel into how that feels for you. And just sit with that for a while. And when you've done that, you can then just gradually bring your attention back to the here and now. Now, I want you to learn that process and practice it when you're, home alone, and you can spend 5, 10, 15, however many minutes you can. Do this every single day. And in fact, if you can do it more than once a day, I recommend that you do. Because what this will help you to do is it brings peace and harmony. It helps you to clear your thoughts. And it also gives you the hope that there is a future waiting for you, different to the reality that you have now. And you really can change how you feel very, very quickly, just using that simple technique. So if you practice that regularly, you'll really feel the difference. So with all my suggestions, you won't know if it's going to help you if you don't try it. And obviously, short of coming and working with me personally one-on-one, where I can really make very, very fast track healing happen for you. I know a lot of people can't do that. They're not in a position for whatever reason. So if you practice these techniques regularly and really with focus, you will start to feel better. But of course, if you'd like to reach out and talk with me and you're interested in maybe working with me, then absolutely reach out. I will put some links and stuff, so you can always do that. And in the meantime, I hope you found that helpful, and I will be back again soon. So tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about some more self-talk solutions. So I'm going to be sharing some more ways with you. More ways. There are lots of ways, you see, not just one or two. So more ways that you can start changing your inner dialogue. So do join me again tomorrow for the next one. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I do appreciate your time, and I hope you found that helpful. Now, if you'd like to see more videos, click subscribe and hit the notification button so you get alerts when I post new videos. So I'm Maria McMahon, and if you'd like to know more about what I do and connect with me, then check out the links. I'll put them below the video, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very, very much.